course, it's 20 years of Buckcherry as well. You guys have been going since 1995, so this will be your 21st year. And in New Zealand, that's a big year. It's your 21st. We have the tradition. We have a big party, and you have a yard glass full of beer, and you got to drink it and stuff. So, how's Buckcherry celebrating its 21st year?
Fuck, we don't. It's weird. Like when people say that to us, we just go, God, where did the time go? I can't believe that. We're workaholics. I gotta say, when we're not touring, we're at home. Like right now, I'm literally in the studio right now writing pre-production for an EP with Buckcherry, and we got some good songs. And we're gonna record this EP probably next month. We're gonna release it a little later on in the year, and so that's what I'm working on right now. And as soon as I'm not writing songs, it's spending time with my family, and then we go out on the road. So 20 years, it's incredible. I mean, it's a dream come true. When I was a kid, all I wanted to be was in one band for my whole career and have a catalog of music and really trying to make a mark, and have like something that I could really look back and be proud of, and that people could discover and rediscover, throughout my lifetime and when I'm gone, So I feel like that's what we're doing. I think Buckcherry is a super unique rock band, especially in the year 2016. I don't know anybody who's making, rock records like this or doing what we do. It's just really weird because it's very simple. It's just two guitars, bass, drums, and a vocalist, what we grew up on, So whatever, we're really enjoying it. And I think, it's an acquired taste, and that people who come out to the Buckcherry show, they really appreciate it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. And, four guys with drums, bass, guitar, and a vocalist seems to work every time, right?
Yeah, and we're playing 100% live, and what's going on in the rock is just really just bizarre, something I never thought would happen. I mean, there's so many bands now running tracks live through the PA that, you're going to a rock show, and it's like all you're doing is listening to the band's CD through the PA. It's not even really live, and it's just kind of lost a lot of soul, and that's what I loved about going to the live show, that you're going to hear something that was completely different than the record. You're going to hear it raw and real, and you're going to hear like the imperfections, and that's what made it really cool, to go to a live event. So we try to keep it real like that. We try to align ourselves with bands that are still playing live for real, and there's bands out there doing it, and so we align ourselves with that.
Yeah, speaking of that, I mean, for me, one of the greatest live records ever made was If You Want Blood, You've Got It. It's a great record, and it's a perfect example of what you're talking about. The version on there, A Whole Lot of Rosie, or the version on there of the Jack. For me, I prefer those to the studio versions.
You're talking about AC/DC?
Yeah, I'm just saying that If You Want Blood live album they did, I think, is probably one of the best live albums ever done. And it sort of reinforces your point, what you were talking about, AC/DC hands down is the best rock and roll band that ever walked the planet, and that's what I believe. That's what we believe in this band, and we got the opportunity to play like 5 shows with them in the States on our second record, and we got to meet all of them, and they were all so humble and sweet and awesome, and huge fan of AC/DC. I love Angus as a guitar player. I love AC/DC, so it's cool to even be, put into that comparison at all, or, be brought up with them. Yeah, now you said you're working on a new EP, Josh. I mean, the last EP you guys did was called Fuck, and every song had fuck in the title. So is there a theme for this EP? I mean, are we going to hear, is this new EP going to be, what are we rolling with this time?
Yeah, there's a theme. The whole idea between EPs when we started was to create 3 of them and have a theme, and then sell them as a box set after the fact. Something cool for our core audience, and we grew up on EPs and had a lot of them, so we just really liked them.
Cool.
And so, Fuck was really awesome and a lot of fun to make, and everybody loves that EP. And so this one is another F title. I can't tell you what. I don't want to give it away, but it's a themed EP, and I think everybody's going to love it.
Good stuff, man. I'm looking forward to hearing that because, I mean, the latest record, Rock and Roll,
as they say, it did what it says on the box, man. It was just another great rock and roll record. I mean, you and Keith have been working together, as I said earlier, 20, 21 years now. How do you guys keep things fresh as a songwriting partnership?
Keith and I have really great communication. We've been writing songs for a long time. I think what makes us, good partners is that we're complete opposites, and so, all the things that I don't really have, he has, and all the things that, the weak side of him, I have, so when we put it together, we can come up with some really neat stuff, and we're from two different schools of rock, too, so I think when you put it together, you have this unique sound, and it's something we kind of worked on over the years, and like when you hear a Buckcherry song, you know it, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's actually, just thinking about, what we talked about the live sound and how you go to a show for a performance and you hear something slightly different. Is a live EP something that may be on the cards for Buckcherry in the future?
Well, it's funny you say that. I've been singing these demos for this EP live through an SM58, just a regular bar mic, and I just like the way it sounds. And I'm like, I want to sing it all on this 58. I don't want to overthink it. I want to just do one take and go through and do some doubles or touch things up if I have to, but just keep it really raw and real and keep us down with it. And so that's the way we're going to do it. We're going to rehearse. We're going to tighten these songs up and rehearse them as a band for a while before we go in and nail them down, and we're going to just do it live with very few overdubs.
So it'd be almost virtual live, sort of like the old way of recording back in Elvis's day.
Yeah, the first record was very much live. I mean, all the records are pretty live for me, but I mean, the first record I sang on a 58, and looking back, I wish I didn't because I don't like the way it sounds, and I wasn't really developed as far as a singer goes. I've just developed a lot more since then. And I didn't even have a vocal coach at that point in time. I wasn't even doing vocal scales. I was just really raw, and and that's part of the charm of the first record. But also, there's just a lot of stuff that I think could have been a lot better. But now it's just going to be a whole different experience with all this, touring and records and experience behind me. So now I'm super excited to do it again.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you out here, Josh. For those that haven't had a chance to see you, because it's been 15 years between visits, what can people rocking up to a Buckcherry show expect?
Well, we have a lot of piss and vinegar, so it's a very high energy rock show. It's rowdy. You're going to smile, you're going to have fun, you're going to dance, and you're going to just lose yourself. And that's what you're supposed to do at a rock show, It means a lot to us to be great live. So we think about that before we walk on stage every night. And, one thing I make intentions before I walk on stage. I write them down, And one of them is I just want to be unforgettable. I want people to remember it to the day they die, even if I'm dealing with some adversity or whatever I'm dealing with. I just want to, make sure everybody has an experience that they won't forget, and they'll get their money's worth. So that's what's going to happen.
Excellent, man. Looking forward to seeing it. I always do 5 quick-fire questions with everybody I interview. First up, what was the first record that somebody put on or that you heard that made you go, fuck, this is what I want to do forever?
The first record, I can't tell you the first record because I didn't have that experience. When I went to my first live club show, I saw the Ramones at Fender's Ballroom in Long Beach, California. I saw the Ramones. I knew nothing about the Ramones. I'd heard some of the songs, and I had all independent records, all punk rock records at that time. And I went to the show. It was so incredible, the energy, the angst. I just thought, I was like 14 or whatever, and it was all ages. And I remember I got kind of trampled in the pit. I lost my shoe, and I got out of the pit, and I sat down in the back, and this big, fat, fucking skinhead just came over to me, and I thought he was going to try to kick my ass or something. And he took out a joint. He didn't say anything to me, and he passed me the joint, and we smoked the joint, and I was like, this is it. I had the moment. I was like, this is all I want to do. These are my people. This is what I'm going to fucking do. And like, at that time, I wanted to be like a pro surfer, and I was surfing every day, and surfing that just went out the window, and I just was full on musician, you know.
You know, if we went out, me and you went out somewhere, went to a bar or whatever, what's your poison these days? What's your go-to?
Well, I don't drink anymore, but I like Jack and Coke. I like to drink beer. I love beer, so I like to drink beer, smoke weed, do cocaine, and eat acid.
That's 4 square meals right there.
I ate a lot of acid, and I think it's fucked me up a little bit.
All right, man. Well, you've toured a lot. You've been touring on and off for 21 years. What is the most disgusting habit of someone you've toured with?
Well, I really don't like cigarettes, but I think dipping tobacco is pretty. It's just a nasty habit, and it fucks up your mouth, and it stinks, and so yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, go roll with that. And in terms of fan requests, I mean, you must get a lot. What's the weirdest kind of fan thing that's happened with you?
I can tell you, I've signed every body part. I signed a vagina over panties, of course. Signed an ass, signed many sets of tits, but I signed a dude's dick in Europe. This kid said he wanted his dick signed, and I'm like, all right, pull it out. I'm not touching it, but I'll sign it with my pen. You got to fucking stretch it out, and I'll sign it. And he wouldn't do it. There was a lot of people around. And I said, okay, if you get brave and come back, I'll sign you, dick. And so he was really fucked up with a lot of his buddies, and he came by and finally did it, and I signed his dick.
That is quality. A friend of mine's a tattoo artist, and he said he had another tattoo artist ask him to tattoo hot rod flames up his dick. And he said that was the weirdest thing he's ever had to do.
That's classic. I love it.
And finally, Josh, before we let you go, if a kid comes up to you today and says, Josh, what's rock and roll? And you can give him just one record. What record are you going to give him?
What's rock and roll?
Yeah.
Honesty. That's rock and roll. Pure honesty in your art, in your music, and the way you present it live. That's rock and roll.
Josh Todd, you're a beautiful human being. We look forward to seeing you.
Hey, man, we can't wait. It's just around the corner. I appreciate it, and we're looking forward to it.
Good stuff, man. Go well and safe journeys.